Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor, and today we're going over all of my most streamed songs, albums, artists, and so on and so forth from the year of 2025. But before we hop in the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things music. If you watched my short going over my Spotify Wrapped, you will have seen what Spotify has deemed my most listened to and played songs, artists, and albums of the year. But seeing as Spotify stops at around the beginning of November, I have collected a little more data past that on my own. I have done my calculations. It's a little bit arbitrary how I do my calculations, but I listen to music through Spotify. So each month I check what are my most listened to songs at the end of each month, and I do my calculations based on that. But I rounded up the data as of December 15th, and now we're going to go through all of the stuff that I listened to this year. And I already do have my most streamed songs of 2025 on my Spotify, which I will find somehow to link that on the page or on in the description box down below if you're just curious to see what I listened to this year. Let's just say, I don't know if you'll be surprised or not surprised by some of these things, but to all my Swifties, I'm a little sorry because she's not as prevalent this year as she has been in past years, but she still had her moment. So let's go ahead and start with the top 10 songs that I streamed in 2025. So, starting at number 10, Lady Gaga, Abracadabra. Listen, this song came out at the beginning of the year, and it took the world by storm. I think they released the music video during the Grammys, and let's just say, I think post-Grammys, everyone was either listening to Abracadabra or Pink Pony Club, and I was no exception to that. And of course, Abracadabra makes for perfect fall music listening. Then in ninth place, To All My Icons, I See You, I Am One of You. They really helped push me into getting into K-pop. I reacted to Soft is Strong last year, right before, the doc came out and everything. And this year, the song that took over my playing was Gabriella. Gnarly is on my top 100 songs listened to this year, as well as MIA. But Gabriella, she just had a chokehold on me. There's just something about the production, the music video, Danny's vocals on the bridge. Superb. And then, of course, they went and added a dance break. It's an immaculate song. And then in 8th place, we have another Lady Gaga song, How Bad Do You Want Me? Everyone was coming out and talking about how this is such a Taylor Swift-coded song. Well, I can't really attest that. I'm a huge Swiftie. I don't know. It's really hard for me to find similarities between songs and artists. This is just the most giddy, lovey-dovey, like kick your feet, giggling and screaming love song that I have heard this year. Like, when I think of like rom-coms as someone who loves a rom-com, this is the song that immediately pops to my head. Like, it just sounds like it belongs in one. And also the bridge, and then there's not really a bridge, but the post-chorus on that, the song, amazing. Then in 7th place, we have a Building the Band entry from Midnight Till Morning, my most played song from this year. I think it's most of their fans. I don't know, are we Midnighters? Is that what we're calling ourselves? Most of us Midnighters can agree that Ghost of Us is our most played song from the album or EP. Bye and Navy Eyes also did make it into my top 100. This song, I think, just collectively is my favorite. Bye. Okay, listen, between Bye and this one, I listen to them both a lot, but I think Shane's like little note coming out the bridge there, it's just, this is a well-written song. The production and sonics are great. If you're going to get into them, I think this is the first song you should listen to. And then in 5th place, another Building the Band entry, we have our girlies Frequency with Top Down. Now, if Once I Was a Good Girl or Click had come out, I feel like earlier in the year, they probably would have made it into my top 10 because they did in fact make it into my top 100. But Top Down, listen, she was like my most played song for nearly 2 months straight. I like a sexy number. I like a dance performance. The girls know how to do music video. They know how to dress themselves. Their live performances are great. And listen, the vocals that these girlies have, superior. I'm still waiting on some of those unreleased songs, babes. Like, when are they coming? Just saying. In 4th place, so you're gonna see that Rosé really ruled a lot of my listening this year. particularly two songs. In fourth place, it's Rose and Bruno Mars' Apata. I feel like I'm in good company with saying that the majority of the world listened to Apata. It released at the very end of 2024, and I discovered this song on January 1st, no joke, and like it was up there at number one spot for so long, but one of her songs just creeped in and took the top spots. I love a feel good number that makes you just want to get up and jump and dance, and that's what this one is. No, that was fifth place. This is fourth place. In fourth place, listen, I will have the correct numbers on the screen even if I say them incorrectly here. In fourth place, Tate McRae Sports Car. This also came out at the beginning of the year, and this is another viral song that took the world by storm. Another artist who just has immaculate production and dance to go along with her very dance poppy album. I did react to So Close to What as well as the deluxe edition. I'm not super proud of my So Close to What reaction. It's one of the reasons that we no longer do late night reactions. But yeah, this album is one of my most listened to albums of the year. I simply think like if you are a dance pop girly like me, it's up there with like must go to. Speaking of dance pop and just pop perfection and pop princesses in general, in third place, to no one's shock and awe, Jade's FUFN. I called it. I called it when she teased this song that this would be one of my most listened to songs of the year, and I was not wrong. It's in third place. Listen, I've been a mixer since the beginning, and I've been following these girls' solo journeys for however long it's been taking us, and Jade just really fits in that perfect pop niche that makes me so happy. Like, she has some grit. She definitely makes music for the queer community because there's a lot of these songs are camp, and then she just has like the fun. She does interesting topics like FUFN. Like, it's like, listen, like, I can't look at you right now, but like we're still together, but it's also like fuck you for now. Just, and then the music videos, like, conceptually, she's just like an artist that deserves more hype, and I'm so glad that like she got to sell out most of like pretty much all of her I think all of her US stops. Would have loved to see her. Would have loved to see her. Could not afford to see her because that would require lots of travel. But to everyone who got to go, I'm envious of you. Just to let you know. In second place, our first appearance of this soundtrack in our wrap up, K-pop Demon Hunters, Your Idol. Your Idol. Just, you know, most of this soundtrack is on my top 100 songs of this year. But Your Idol. See what it sounds like in Your Idol. We're battling it out there. But let me just say, these boys would have had my soul. Because I love me a dark, demonic number, and you know what? Take my money, take my soul. I will buy all the merch. I will attend any concerts you provide me with. In fact, why aren't they going on? Why isn't there a stadium tour already lined up? The girlies are already down. They're performing Golden left, right, and center, and then you've just got Kevin over here holding the Sasha boys up on his shoulders like Atlas is holding the world. I'm just saying. Then number one, I told you another Rose song took number one, and that's Toxic Till the End. Yeah. Sonics, lyrics, music video, the bridge, the spoken part. You know what? It was a sadder year, and there's just something about this that really hit. that really hit. Yeah, I put it on nearly every seasonal playlist I had because it was just that good, and I always wanted to listen to it. I don't know what else to say other than if you're looking for Rosé's entire album, Rosie, is solid, but I will talk about that when we get to my top albums of the year. But that's what my top songs were. If you want, let's go through our top 10 artists of the year. In 10th place, I wasn't sure if they were going to make it in to my top 10 because they were battling it out for a little bit there. But we have Building the Band coming in with Midnight Till Morning. Listen, it was a solid EP. Ghost of Us By and Navy Eyes were on repeat over and over again. Alongside I really did like Heart on Fire, and I did react to every song that they released this past year. So if you're interested in my thoughts and like feelings on the first impressions of the songs, you can go anywhere on my channel and just look at Midnight Till Morning, and you can find them there. But yeah, these boys really had a great year, and I'm interested in maybe going to see them next year. We'll see how my schedule and like how my timing works out, but they are coming to Charlotte, so I might consider them. In 9th place, I've already talked about two of her songs making it into my top 10. We have Lady Gaga. Was I expecting Lady Gaga to make a resurgence onto my playlist in the year of 2025? Not really. I mean, I still love her. Born This Way is always on every Pride Day. But I just wasn't expecting to be so enthralled by Mayhem. And nearly every song on that album has been played multiple times for me. Like, I talked about Abracadabra and How Bad You Want Me, but Love Drug, Disease, Vanish Into You. Vanish Into You is also on my top 100 songs. Like, it was a solid freaking album. And it's no surprise that she was also in a bunch of other people's Spotify Wrapped and just like, chef's kiss. Like, Lady Gaga, like, and plus, like, the whole Mayhem Ball, she knows what she's doing. In not eighth place, I just have Disney in general because Disney adult. I did work at Disney. But if I had to specify the Zombies cast, particularly Zombies Dawn of the Vampires, that soundtrack was on repeat. Kerosene and Possible both made it into my top 100 songs for the year. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in my, like, when we get into like soundtracks and stuff like that. But yeah, still Disney adult. They almost always make it into the wrap up, so that's no one's surprise. In seventh place, we have Rosé. Obviously, my top song of the year was from Rosé. It's no shock, and it's like no shock that she would be in there. I discovered her at the beginning of this year, like January 1st, like I said, like she was like my first introduction to like Blackpink and like what like that K-pop universe could look like outside of Cat's Eye, and she just took me in and I got hooked on it. Then in sixth place, we have Miss Sabrina Carpenter. Listen, Short and Sweet and Man's Best Friend and Emails I Can't Send, I think collectively have been on repeats for the past however many years. I think to this day I have listened to Short and Sweet more than I have listened to Man's Best Friend, but also Man's Best Friend's only a couple months old, where Short and Sweet's a year old. My mom, I will say my number one played song by Sabrina this year is still Espresso. I think my number one played song from Man's Best Friend, though, was We Almost Broke Up Again last night. So yeah, I've been listening to Sabrina since her first album, which was, I think it's Eyes Wide Open, Can't Blame Her. I don't remember what it's called, since she released it over a decade ago. So, like, it's no shock that, like, I keep saying it's no shock. Like, it's not surprising to see that she would have crept up back in here. Then we have in fifth place, Tate McRae. I mean, so close to what I think is one of the most played or most streamed albums in general of the year, and it was one of my most played anyways. Plus, her last album, Think Later, is also on repeat, so I just kind of kept batting back and forth between the two. Yeah, like both Greedy and Sports Cars, I feel like the two breakaway hits from both of her albums ended up in my top 100 songs, so. In fourth place is Lisa from Blackpink. She also released her solo album Alter Ego this year, and like, I don't want to like compare the girls, but Alter Ego to me is my favorite of the solo projects they released, but it's also the most sonically in line with what I listen to, because it definitely is more of that dance, upbeat, like in your face kind of music. Like, I also have a reaction to Alter Ego, and like I'll talk about it more when I get into like my top albums, but Lisa I feel like the more I listen to Lisa, the more I want to continue listening to her, and an artist that keeps growing on me like that is bound to grow in the ranks. And then we have Cat's Eye at third place. Yeah, Cat's Eye. According to this, Cat's Eye was in sixth place last year, so they went up. They skyrocketed up there, didn't they? All of their EP from last year was on my most streamed from last year. And then, at least I think like half of their discography is also on my most streamed of this year. So they took the world by storm. Was I able to get tickets to the concert? No. That cost an arm and a leg. However, I am so excited because I'm assuming we're going to get Internet Girl next year, which I'm also hoping leads to a new project, maybe something a little different for their Cat's Eye Coachella performance. I don't know. In second place, I have just soundtrack songs in general. I'm going to specify and say that it's mostly K-pop Demon Hunters on here. Yeah, Your Idol, What It Sounds Like, Golden, EJ. The discovery of EJ this year has just opened my world up because her voice is absolutely immaculate. Like, the moment we heard that first high note, so how it's done, Like, everyone and their mama has been talking about this soundtrack, and like, obviously for good reason. Then number one, who was shocked? No one. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. She was by and far 200 points ahead of the second place in this one. She has like 200 or 300 songs for me to listen to at a time. She pretty much makes it onto every playlist. Plus, there's just the product of her, listening to all of her discography on my solely Taylor Swift playlist. And then, of course, we still are going off of the Tortured Poets the Tortured Poets department having released last year, the Eras Tour ending last year, still taking on that hype from the beginning of the year. And then, of course, we have the Life of a Showgirl, and it's just like, she had multiple opportunities to be at number one. She almost is always number one, but like, it's always funny to me because like, with the exception of like last year, 2024, with the Tortured Poets department, she rarely ever really makes it into my top 10 songs as much, because there's a lot of her songs to listen to, so it's rarely ever that I like really hone in on a song. But I did hone in on The Fate of Ophelia and Elizabeth Taylor this year, and those just barely scraped by, not making it into the top 10. Let's go ahead and go over my most streamed albums of the year. In 10th place, I already talked about it, Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet. Espresso was my most played song of Sabrina's this year. It took the world by storm last year, and it's still the song of the summer in my opinion, so I listened to it most of the summer. So, then in 9th place, let's talk about Jade's That Show Business Baby. I reacted to both the deluxe, the encore version, and the original version. Jade is a conceptual masterpiece, and like, every song she has given us is in fact so well produced, like, is so deep into that pop genre that really feeds into the camp and the dance, and it's just like, oh, and then the looks, it's just amazing. Like, my favorite, like, Natural Disaster, Angel of My Dreams, Church, Use Me, If My Heart Was a House. What other songs are amazing? I'm just going through like the entirety of the album at this point. But like, go listen to Jade's album. Her solo project is amazing. The other two girly solo projects are also amazing. Perry's album was real close to being some of my most listened to of the year. And then, of course, Leanne's releasing her debut full-length album next year. Her song My Love did make it onto my most listened to, my top 100 of the year as well. In 8th place, Cat's Eye's Beautiful Chaos. Obviously, Cat's Eye has been featured on every list so far. Beautiful Chaos as a project was it's just a fun time. You know what? I think like every song on there is a banger. Obviously, my most streamed started with Gabriella, then Gnarly, then MIA, I think is third after that. And then the last two songs are Mean Girls and Game Boy. I haven't really streamed them as much, but I do think Mean Girls is an underrated bop. In my opinion, I don't think I ever got the hype of Game Boy as much as everyone else did, but I still like the song. Then in 7th place, Midnight Till Morning's Afterglow EP. 3 of the 7 songs made it onto my my top 100 most streamed songs of the year. You know what? I've never been a boy bander, but these boys could make me think otherwise. Like, I never hopped onto the One Direction hype. I got into Five Sauce so much later in life. Like, I feel like these boys, like, I don't know if they'll ever make me a boy band girly, but they have definitely drawn me in. Their vocals are great. The songs that they've been putting out have been solid, and I'm so excited to see what they do next year, particularly with their tour. Hopefully all the unreleased music that they're playing on tour can get released next year so I can officially react to them on this channel, because like, all of these Building the Band people who are releasing these amazing songs are like giving me all this unreleased music on tour, and I'm seeing all these videos pop up, but I hate not being able to like react to them like in person. So like, I'm like skipping over them, or I'll only listen to them once, because chances are I won't remember shit at all. So yeah, I'm so excited. Hopefully they'll release Math next year, because that keeps going over my For You page. Then in 6th place, Rosé's Rosie. I don't know what else to say other than Toxic Till the End and Apata took over my entire listening year. And Rosé just... Also, Messy by Rosé from the F1 soundtrack. Like, she was like this close to being the top song of the year. Like, listen, she knows how to write a song that just like sticks with you. And it's not, I mean, like, Is it shocking that she's on here? No. In fifth place, we have my first Taylor Swift album entry into this one, The Tortured Poets Department. There's 31 songs to listen to on that album, and I still haven't let go of The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, Who's Afraid of Little Me, or The Black Dog. But also, like, she just has, there's songs on the album that are perfect for any season. So when I make my different, like, seasonal playlists, like, it's just perfect to slot in anywhere. Like, for my fall and winter seasons, The Alchemy and So High School are just, like, kicking it up. The same with The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived and Black Dog. But, like, for the spring, I was bopping But Daddy, I Love Him. Like, it just is perfect all year round. And, like, it just came out last year. And, like, so I'm still fathoming every single thing that went on in that album. In fourth place, Lady Gaga's Mayhem. I've talked about it ad nauseum at this point. Solid album. It surprised me that, like, you know, Lady Gaga, I don't know if it's a resurgence of Lady Gaga, because I feel like she's always been in the cultural zeitgeist, but I feel like she's taken a backseat to the music for the past few years. She's been in the movie, TV, and film world, and I feel like this really brought her back to the stage, and I'm very happy about it. Third place, K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. Yeah, I listened to this pretty much exclusively for however many months after I watched the movie. Yeah, there's nothing else to add on here other than when the second one comes out, I will be just as annoying. You know what? It's basically the same way when Turning Red came out, and all I ever wanted to listen to was Nobody Like You. When K-pop Demon Hunters came out, all I only wanted to listen to was Your Idol or What It Sounds Like. Yeah. In second place, to the shock of most people, The Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift. As of right now, math and stuff, if I was to rank it, The Life of a Showgirl sits kind of in the middle of my Taylor Swift ranking. Like, it's not like my least favorite or least listened to album, but it's not like at my top tier. Like Rep, 1989, and Midnights and Speak Now kind of have those locked down right now. So, like, it also just recently came out in October, so I need more time to sit down and listen to it, because I'm still off the Tortured Poets. I'm still on the Tortured Poets train, but I'm also, like, still working through the Life of a Showgirl train. Like, yeah. Like, I'm still taking the time to listen and understand. My most played are The Fate of Ophelia, Elizabeth Taylor, Father Figure, The Life of a Showgirl, and Opalite. Those were the 5 that made it into my top 100 most listened to songs of the year. But I feel like I need to give other songs a chance, because, like, everyone is loving Honey and Actually Romantic. I just don't know. I haven't had my moment with those yet, and I'm waiting for my moment, and I'm sure it'll be absolutely amazing. Then my number 1 is Lisa's Alter Ego. This one did come out earlier in the year. I think it came out in February or like early March. Listen, it came out right. I know it came out just right before my birthday, which is mid-March. So this was my album, my birthday album. Like, she is my pump up, get ready album. And, like, the more I listen throughout the year, I just discover new favorites. Like, upon first listen, like Lifestyle and Thunder, which are still most played on there. And it's like, as the year went on, like when she released the When I'm With You music video, I was like, oh, must listen to you. And then I had about a mental emotional breakdown when I watched the Dream music video. Yeah, and then of course Moonlit Floor is like played, and it's just like, it took the world by storm. Like, Apata and Moonlit Floor killed it, like, on the radios. So yeah, Lisa ended up having my most listened to album of the year, and I'm not mad at it, and I'm still listening to it. Like, Fuck Up the World is like being played on repeat recently for me. So yeah, let's go into, from all my Swifties, my most played Taylor Swift songs of the year. So I'm going to rapid fire these top 10, because I feel like it's not going to be much of a shock to most people what I listened to this year. But yeah, in 10th place, we have Opalite from The Life of a Showgirl. Obviously, this song is just like glittery gel pen to the max. And I love me a good happy dancey song. Like, it used to be New Romantics would be the song that I would listen to help me get out of a funk, and I feel like Opalite has climbed up there in those ranks. In 9th place, Reputation. Now that we have confirmation that a Reputation TV is probably not coming, although with the recent Apple Music debacle of the, lyrics situation, I'm not sure if anything Reputation is coming anytime soon. You may know by the time this video comes out, I'm filming this on December 19th, but Reputation's Look What You Made Me Do. Yeah, this was Getaway Car and Look What You Made Me Do were the first songs I played as soon as we got the re-recordings letter. I'm still a rap girly, and I will be till the day I die. Then in 8th place, Life of a Showgirl, canceled. 7th, Life of a Showgirl, The Life of a Showgirl. 6th, Father Figure, and then 5th, Elizabeth Taylor. Just a whole string of Life of a Showgirl songs. I told you all of those had made it on to my most streamed. Canceled is still technically my favorite, but I feel like The Life of a Showgirl, Father Figure, they're I don't have enough time to discern what my favorites are at this point, because like I listened to Canceled so much, then I listened to the Fadophilia, then it's like Elizabeth Taylor was all I could listen to, but now Father Figure and then yeah. So let's just say I don't know what my favorite is currently on the album, but those were where they followed in my fail and my streaming numbers. In 4th place, we have Florida from the Tortured Poets Department, and then in 3rd place, we have The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. I mean, I feel like that's no shock. Those are for sure top 5 on Tortured Poets Department. Florida, I know it's an unpopular top 5, but I go bum 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 bum. And watching the Eras Tour documentary like we have been the last two weeks, it gives me a resurgence of Florida. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Listen, I told everyone, like, I love this bridge the first time I reacted to it, but I'm waiting for the moment for it to like claw in and get me. And it did get me. It did get me. Now it's one of my favorite songs to listen to. I still think you listen to it mostly for the bridge, but hey. In 2nd place, The Fate of Ophelia. I exclusively played this album from top to bottom over and over again for at least a week straight after it came out. So the fact that the first and second tracks ended up being in my top 5 Taylor Swift songs of this year is no shock to anyone. And in fact, according to Spotify Wrapped, The Fate of Ophelia was my most played song, at least up until the end of October. So let's just say I had a very strong moment. And it is still one of my favorite lead singles she's ever given us. And in 1st place, still holding strong from last year, because it was also 1st place last year, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. I have nothing much to say other than banger. I'm still a track 10 girly till the day I die. Give me the anger, give me the rap vibes, and I will be a happy girly. So yeah, let's conclude this with my most listened to soundtrack / Disney songs of the year. So I tend to keep track of like the different songs I listen to that are from soundtracks, just from the sheer fact that I am so much of like a movie musical decom girly that like I'm always curious like what's held my attention for the year. Spoiler alert, it was K-pop Demon Hunters, but hey. So we'll rapid fire these. In 10th place, we have Descendants, Rise of Red, Fight of Our Lives. Listen, Rise of Red, the one thing that Disney is sure to do is like, they'll give you a decom that like, even if the plot kind of is like, what happened here? I think you lost it before you started filming. They will in fact give you a banger of a soundtrack, and Descendants holds strong on that. And Kylie and Malia have great voices. I will say, the drama that's been popping up on my For You page, I'm like, I feel like I'm a little too old to be involved in this drama to see this, but I'm interested to see where it goes. In 9th place, Cat's Eye released a cover of the Monster High Fright song. You know I'm a Monster High girly, and the fact that my girls, Cat's Eye, decided to put their vocals to it, and then they perform it on stage. You know how much I would have given to, like, childhood Taylor would have died in the arena. And then in 8th place, Takedown, K-pop Demon Hunters. You're just going to see the entirety of the soundtrack basically be talked about. In 7th place, from the Sinners movie, Dangerous. Obviously, I think this was in the end credit songs. Haley Steinfeld, props. Sinners was a cultural phenomenon, and I hope they get some sort of awards next year, because the I Lied to You performance was a spiritual experience. I just happened to listen to the very poppy, sexy number that Haley gave us over and over again. It just felt the vibes. Then in 6th place, from K-pop Demon Hunters, What It Sounds Like. This was the song that I pretty much only listened to exclusively for the first week after I watched the movie. The girlies love this song. They always sing its praises, and I feel like it's a little bit slept on in the fandom, and I need y'all to be listening to it more. In 5th place, from Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, we have Possible. I'm actually surprised that this wasn't higher ranked, because I feel like towards the end of the year, I listened to this song so much. This is the passing of the torch song between Milo and Meg and Freya and Malachi, and I'm just like, the crying that took place from this point on, and the movie was just spectacular on my part. Then we have in fourth place Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, and then in third place How It's Done. How It's Done I didn't really listen to as much out the gate, but it's really been the song that has taken over my listening from K-pop Demon Hunters as of recently. Both of them have an EJ high note that absolutely captures you. So, I mean, that probably is why. Plus, How It's Done, like, fit check for my Napalm era. Golden's a song that they've been performing left, right, and center. And while I love Golden, can I just get a performance of all the songs? Because, like, necessary. In second place, we have Kerosene from Zombies for Dawn of the Vampires. In retrospect, I did listen to this one a lot. You know what? Yeah, I did listen to her a hot second. Zombies really knows how to go for it. They like to go hard in a song. Like Flesh and Bone, Come On Out. Some pretty freaking superior songs to listen to. It's so surprising that I didn't have a resurgence of Someday on here. But yeah, Kerosene. It kind of makes sense. But I still thought Possible would have been higher up. And then first place, I already told you, K-pop Demon Hunters, Your Idol. I think you can probably get what I like. This year was very much so a dark, demon-heavy year in terms of my listening, because I feel like a lot of the songs, the further up we went, were like, so you like a little bit of a fight song, and yeah, that's true. But those are all of the most streamed songs, albums, artists that I listened to this year. Let me know if we have any commonalities in what we're listening to, if you discovered a new artist or song from my channel this year, if you've got some recommendations for me, and I will see y'all in the next one.